Imagine waking up one day and realizing your money didn't disappear overnight, but slowly slipped through your fingers like sand. And the strange part is, you never noticed it happening. And today, we're diving into the real hidden reason why people go broke. This story stretches from ancient kingdoms to modern cities, connecting human psychology with financial history. And trust me, you'll never look at money the same way again. Because going broke isn't just bad luck. It's a pattern. And once you understand this pattern, you'll see it everywhere around you. Think about it. Why do people who win the lottery lose everything within 5 years, while some start with nothing and end up building empires? There's a mystery here, a strange financial loop humans have repeated for thousands of years. And today, you'll finally see it clearly. And who's wait, because the truth hidden inside paragraph 15 will flip your entire understanding of wealth upside down. So let's move. Let's start with the oldest reason people go broke. A reason so subtle you might miss it even when it's happening to you. Thousands of years ago, in ancient Egypt, farmers would celebrate the moment harvest came, and instead of storing grain, they'd spend it on festivals and gifts. They didn't go broke because they were foolish. They went broke because human brains love instant rewards. And that psychology still controls us today. Humans struggle to respect slow growth. They prefer quick excitement, and money quietly punishes anyone who ignores patience. The wealthy understood this. Early grain saved became future power, but grain spent became forgotten entertainment. And that pattern never changed. Imagine, Tishomani today is no different from that of grain. Both require discipline, and without it, stability disappears silently. Here's where it gets interesting. Because history proves we repeat the same habits even when we think we're smarter. And trust me, the next example might feel uncomfortably familiar. Because the real reason most people go broke isn't spending too much ETs believing they won't. Ancient Greek merchants used to take loans believing future profit was guaranteed. And when storms hit or ships sank, their entire wealth collapsed. It wasn't the storm that ruined them. It was the assumption that the future would always be safe. And that mindset still destroys modern bank accounts. People overspend when times are good, forgetting things change, and money disappears the fastest when you ignore risk. Think about the last time you felt financially comfortable. Didn't you instinctively loosen your discipline just a little? That tiny looseness grows into a habit, and that habit becomes financial gravity, pulling you down slowly. But here's the twist: going broke rarely starts with a disaster. It starts with small, comfortable decisions. And the next historical moment shows how dangerous comfort can be, because comfort has destroyed more wealth than crises ever did. In medieval Europe, kings collecting taxes often increased their personal spending whenever revenue rose, but never prepared for drought or war. When hard times came, kingdoms that looked rich suddenly went bankrupt, all because abundance tricked them into believing it was permanent. That same illusion ruins modern incomes. Comes in, spending rises. Savings remain the same. Many people don't go broke because they earn too little. They go broke because they expand their lifestyle too quickly. Lifestyle inflation is the silent villain of almost every financial downfall. And it hides behind words like, "I deserve this," or "it's just a small upgrade." But here's the cold truth: every small upgrade compounds quietly. Just like money, except in the opposite direction. And wait till you hear what ancient China did that most people today still fail to do. During the Song Dynasty, merchants would split earnings into 3 boxes, one for today, one for emergencies, and one for future opportunities. This simple system protected them from going broke because they respected how unpredictable life could be, and they always stayed prepared. But most people today save only when leftovers exist. And leftovers rarely exist because expenses expand perfectly to fill any space. You won't believe this, but the average person today saves less than ancient merchants did 900 years ago. Why? Because spending feels better in the moment, and humans are wired to react emotionally rather than logically with money. Here's the strange twist. The richer people become, the more emotionally they treat money. And that's exactly why new wealth disappears faster than old wealth. But if you think this story is about poor money management, wait till you hear the next hidden truth. Because the third reason people go broke doesn't involve spending at all. It's something far more surprising. People go broke because they underestimate how expensive waiting is. Yet time silently drains more money than bills ever do. Imagine delaying a decision, ignoring an opportunity, or postponing learning a skill. That delay quietly compounds into future losses. History proves this cities that delayed building walls lost everything when enemies attacked, while prepared cities survived. In finance, preparation is wealth, hesitation is loss, and the cost of waiting is invisible but real. Think about it. How many opportunities have you missed because you hesitated or feared failing? Every missed chance has a hidden price tag, and that price often leads people toward financial downfall. Sounds dramatic, but it's true. The biggest financial losses are the ones you never see. And now, let me show you a historical example that explains this perfectly, because this next story might actually change the way you see time and money forever. Ready? Let's go. In early Japan, samurais who waited too long to trade surplus rice often lost wealth because rice prices changed fast. Those who acted quickly grew richer, while those who waited believing price will rise later went home with nothing. That exact behavior still exists. Today people wait for the perfect moment and end up losing the good moment. Money rewards speed paired with wisdom, not hesitation paired with hope. And that's one of the biggest hidden truths of wealth. But here's where it gets interesting. Every financial disaster, whether ancient or modern, follows one universal pattern. And once you understand this pattern, you'll never go broke again, because wealth isn't destroyed instantly, it fades in layers. Let me break down those layers using a story from medieval Africa. And trust me, it's eye-opening. In the Mali Empire, traders carried gold dust in small bags, and every day removed a tiny pinch for tea, gifts, or entertainment. They never felt the loss daily because it was tiny, but months later the bag was empty even though nothing big was spent. This is how modern bank accounts vanish to teeny unplanned expenses that add up silently. That daily coffee, random subscription, unnecessary upgrade. Each one feels harmless individually, but together they form the slow leak that empties everything, and most people realize it too late. You won't believe how fast small expenses compound over a year. They behave like tiny financial termites. And speaking of termites, the next reason people go broke isn't about money at all. It's about mindset. A mindset so ancient it once destroyed entire kingdoms. Let me explain. In old civilizations, rulers who believed they were undefeatable stopped improving, and this confidence made them vulnerable. The same happens with personal finance when someone believes I'll be fine, they stop paying attention. Financial overconfidence quietly pushes people toward risky moves and careless spending. The truth is simple. People go broke, not when they're weak, but when they feel too strong. Think about it. The moment you believe nothing can go wrong is the exact moment you stop being cautious. And money loves caution. Want proof? Look at every major financial collapse in history. They weren't caused by fear, they were caused by confidence, and that confidence becomes the spark. The next part explains the explosion. In 1929, before the stock market crash, people were more confident than ever, borrowing money to buy stocks they never understood. They believed prices would only rise because they had no memory of a fall. A dangerous mindset rooted deeply in human nature. This blind optimism is still alive today, and it pushes people into unnecessary debt and emotional purchases. Debt itself isn't the problem, it's believing you'll always be able to pay it back. That belief creates a chain reaction that can break anyone's financial stability. Now combine this with lifestyle inflation, emotional spending, and hesitation, and you get the perfect recipe for going broke. But here's the twist: the final reason people go broke has nothing to do with money. It has everything to do with silence. Because the world doesn't teach the truth about money loudly, it teaches it quietly, through consequences. Most people go broke because nobody taught them how money actually behaves, so they learn the hard way through mistakes. Schools teach history, math, and science, but they don't teach financial discipline or emotional control. And without those two skills, wealth becomes luck instead of strategy. Imagine this: your financial life is a ship, and without understanding wind, waves, and direction, you drift until disaster hits. That drifting is why people go broke. They don't steer, they just float. But here's the hidden truth you've been waiting for. People don't go broke because money disappears. They go broke because attention disappears. Money flows toward focus and leaks away from ignorance. And that has been true in every civilization ever recorded. Once you start paying attention, financial gravity flips your rise instead of falling. And in our next video, I'll reveal the mindset shift that turns anyone from broke to so make sure you don't miss it.